So he charges right into the middle of the dogs.
Hyenas and wild dogs, ever since they first came across one another thousands and thousands of years ago, they were never going to be friends. They were never going to be mates. They were never going to get on.
A hyena weighs 3 times as much as a wild dog.
This hyena's got incredibly powerful jaws, so there's no ways they're going to head it face on, because they know if that hyena even gives them one little nip, it could potentially crush a bone and they'll never hunt for the rest of their lives.
But as a pack, the dogs are powerful. They manage to attack the hyena from behind, where he's most vulnerable.
He started squealing, yowling. Eventually he ran off with his tail between his legs. So in that case, the dogs had successfully defended.
But the dogs don't always come out on top.
We followed the wild dogs, and then at a distance we saw an oribi. By the time we had the vehicle stopped and the camera up, this little antelope was already torn into pieces. We saw these 2 hyenas coming in. One of the hyenas took one of the pieces, and the wild dog saw that.
His hide.
Than it probably is to go to Serengeti or Kalahari to see a lion kill. It's just a vast, wide open ocean out there, and it's very difficult to actually locate the right spot and to be there at the right moment. We found a small pod of dolphins with about 50 animals, and we found
Soon the orcas, with a calf in tow, start their attack.
But instead of killing him instantly and eating it and swimming on, they basically kept it alive and played around with it. They swam under it, reached with it, they tried to hit it with its tail, they drowned it.
The crew realizes the orcas are teaching the calf how to make a kill. Then, something even more remarkable.
The most amazing scene was definitely when the orca breached with the dolphin in his mouth.
Beautiful. What a shot.
Finally, the dolphin is dead, and the lesson complete. When it comes to hunting, leopard cubs must be fast learners. They stay with their mothers for just 2 years before becoming solitary hunters. So practice is key.
We'd been out for about 45 minutes or an hour when we saw the leopard for the first time. The ranger said to us that the leopard was about 19 months old. That particular morning we didn't see the mother. It was playing, it was climbing trees and running around and having a great time. Initially, when the leopard jumped onto the hunt, finding its feet and enjoying itself, quite frankly.
Monitor lizards seem slow and clumsy, but the reptiles can climb, dig, and even wrestle.
We saw these 2 monitors standing in the road. It sort of reminded me of a miniature Jurassic Park scene. They were interlocked and tumbling sort of head over tail, almost doing cartwheels right next to the vehicle. We obviously thought it's 2 males doing some kind of combat behavior.
The lizards are going head-to-head over a female. The normally solitary males will spend the next few months fighting, then making passes at the opposite sex.
The way a female attracts a mate is by moving around during the mating season, leaving behind a scent of pheromones to an extent. Obviously, you can have 1 or 2 or 3 males that will link up on the same scent trail, and when they get closer to the female, they come into contact with each other, they'll start this combat. For the female, this is a win-win situation. She's all about securing the life of her young, and by doing that she wants the strongest, most virile male mating with her, and by the males having combat, this is how that's obviously achieved.
It was just incredible to capture that kind of footage for a smaller animals. As a scientist and a photographer, it was like a dream come true.
Lionesses band together in prides to protect themselves. But male lions know there's power in numbers too.
We came across 2 male lions and they seemed very perturbed. We were following them and I looked in my rear view mirror and I thought, what's this? I'm seeing double or something. I saw 4 huge black-maned lions and they made chase of these 2 lions.
2 brothers are being chased by what appears to be a group of 4 related lions. The pair splits up, leaving one surrounded.
You'd felt like the car was vibrating from this roar. You could actually feel it in your gut. It sounded like they were trying to get a message to these 2 blokes. Get out of here. It is so intense, it is actually frightening.
Experts say it's a pride takeover.
It's 2 old males coming to the end of their reign and 4 young males who are quite a tightly bonded coalition of either brothers or cousins saying, hey, it's time for us to take on a new territory, and if you don't want to get out of here, we might just kill you. The 4 of them really circle this old male, each taking their turn to show him that they are younger, they're fitter, they're stronger. He's very submissive. He turns his backside in, he tries to protect his hindquarters, and he certainly doesn't want them to get anywhere near his throat, saying, hey, it's time for us.
Lion's way of removing weak animals to keep the population strong. The wild, though, is full of...
One of the vultures. In the past, I've seen jackal, chasing birds like doves and little quail finches, and actually succeeding in catching them. But I think a vulture is a bit big for him because I think they weigh about the same.
One expert says an attack like this is unprecedented.
I have never before seen this kind of interaction between a vulture and a jackal. They do occasionally get aggressive towards each other when they're competing for a carcass, but to see a jackal attack a vulture so persistently and just wear it down is something that I've never seen before. It looks very much like the jackal is actually intending to eat this vulture. I don't think it would have put in that much effort if it was simply a competition issue.
The vulture puts up a good defense, spreading its wings to appear larger and using its powerful beak to stab at the jackal. But the bird's bulk prevents him from flying off and makes him ungainly on the ground.